Hello friends, welcome back to the True Blue Smokehouse. It is Thursday, November the 25th, 2021. It's early on a Thanksgiving morning, about 12:30 in the morning where I am, and of course we're back in the smokehouse. This is the beginning of what I consider to be an epic Thanksgiving Day meal. We've got smoke billowing out of the top of the big green egg. Don't get nervous on me, guys. I know that that's white smoke, but that thing is gonna thin out to a very thin blue smoke here real soon. Meanwhile, let's check out what we're doing on the big green egg. Got ourselves a brisket flat. Just put this brisket flat on. It's about 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds, somewhere around there. Not doing a huge piece of meat today. It's just me, my wife, and the kiddos. But we're gonna do this brisket flat. I'm gonna run it about 225 to 230 degrees. I'm in no rush. It'll be ready when it's ready. So I expect that this is gonna take me at least 10, maybe 12 hours. But again, I'm in no rush. So it'll be ready when it's ready. And so it begins. Hey guys, we're back in the True Blue Smokehouse. We're going to check on the progress of this brisket. Let's see what's going on with the big green egg. Wow, that looks nice. I believe we're going to end up with a really nice bark on that. Still a little wet right now, so not quite ready to wrap it. Sitting at about 160 degrees. I may just let it run through. Decision's still out on that, but so far I'm pleased with how it's coming along. We're about just under 4 hours into this cook. But again, thus far, pleased with how it's coming along. Very well may just let it go through the stall, through the entire cook, without wrapping it. And yet it continues. Hey guys, we're back in the True Blue Smokehouse. We're about 6.5 hours into this cook. Let's check it out. Looking quite nice. Bark is tightening up. Let's check some temps real quick. $157, $158, $159, right at 160. I like the way this bark is looking, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, wrap it in some butcher's paper, get it back on, get it up to 203. And yet it continues. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, night has turned to day, and it is a beautiful Thanksgiving Day 2021 where I am. We're still in the smokehouse. As you know, I've got a brisket going on, but we're not even going to go over to the big green egg right now because that brisket is wrapped in butcher paper, so there's not really anything to see. But we are going to work our way over to the newer Weber Kettle and check out what we're doing here. Ribs, tips, and roasted pork. So on the bottom we've got, we'll start all the way in the bottom. Got a naked basket in the bottom full of Kingsford charcoal that's been lit, obviously, and in the middle we've got a heat deflector plate. On top of that we have a water pan. Then for the star of the show, 2 slabs of spare ribs that have been cut down to St. Louis style ribs. On the bottom rack, on the middle rack, we've got a couple of set of tips, and then in the center we've got the roasted flat meat or pork meat. So roasted pork in the middle, tips on the top and bottom, and then on the very bottom grate, 2 slabs of St. Louis cut spare ribs. Spare ribs have been seasoned with my smokehouse rub along with some Dizzy Pig seasoning. That set of tips that you see on the top been seasoned with some jerk seasoning, so it's gonna have a little spice to it, as well some of that flat meat or that roasted pork. So again, to recap, we are now working with the Weber Kettle, the newer Weber Kettle, 22-inch, 2 slabs of ribs with tips and roasted pork, and yet it continues. Hey guys, we're back in the smokehouse on Thanksgiving morning, approaching Thanksgiving noonday. Just a recap of what we're doing today. Let's work our way over to the big green egg. That's a probably 7.5 pound brisket that's been on since about 12:30 this morning, so we're approaching 12 hours on it. Internal temps are showing somewhere around, I guess, about 170 or so, 175. It's moving a little bit slower than what I thought it would, but I was very conservative in the way that I was cooking this one today. So, truly slow and go. Let's see if I can get a good internal temp here. Okay, it's coming along better than I thought it was. It's actually at 194. Let's check another spot here. Yeah, 195. So, we're making progress about where I would hope that we would be. Like I said, it was running a little slow. At a stall at about 158. Stayed at 158 for a couple of hours. Then it stalled again about 170. 168 to 170, but we're making some good progress. All right, as we work our way over to the newer Weber Kettle, let's take a look at what we've got here. Oh, wow. Ribs and tips and roasted pork. It's been on for a couple hours now. I'm gonna check a couple internal temps on it. About 152. Hope you can see that. 154. This roasted pork cooks the fastest, and again, it's about 160. Let's check this rib tip on the back side here. It's probing nicely. It's showing about 168, almost 170. That one on the back side is jerk flavored. And let's see if I can get a temp on one of these slabs of ribs here. 185. Getting some pullback on those bones there. Nice color. Remember, we did the ribs on the bottom and the rib tips right here in the front with my smokehouse seasoning, along with a little bit of Dizzy dust from Dizzy Pig. So very pleased with how that's coming along. And so let's get this shut down while this thing is beeping at me. That noise you hear beeping in the background is this little iGrill unit by Weber. That's what I'm using to measure the internal temps today, and also to measure the temperature of the grill. And what I just put on, sorry about that, what I just put on literally in the last 20 minutes, last 5 minutes for these 2 hams, and then there's a turkey breast there. Hope you can get that. I'm trying to hold this lid off the Weber and get this shot at the same time. So We got 2 half hams and a turkey breast going on the original Weber Kettle. Today I'm rolling with the Kingsford charcoal. It's sitting in a slow and sear unit, and you see the water trough in the middle to help control the temperatures and almost create a steaming type environment. It also helps to keep moisture in the meats. So that's what we've got going on with the original kettle. See if I can get this shut down. So as a recap, original Weber Kettle, turkey breast and half hams, the newer Weber Kettle, ribs, tips, and roasted pork, and on the big green egg, about 7.5 pounds of brisket. Appreciate you hanging in there with me for this cook today. I'm enjoying myself. Hope you're enjoying the video, and yet it continues. Hey guys, we're back in the smokehouse. We're gonna go around the horn one last time. I'm getting good temperature readings from just about everything that we've got going on, so let's take a peek here. That's the brisket. Let's see if we can get a good reading here. 201. More importantly, it's probing like butter. We're gonna pull that, wrap it in a towel, get it in a cooler and let it rest. It'll finish out its final cook that way. Gonna work our way over here to the newer Weber Kettle. Oh, we're getting great color all over the place here. Let's check these ribs down below. So on 172, when I bump into a bone, let's check something over here. 192. 192. I like the pullback that I'm getting here. I think these rib tips are going to take a little bit longer. It's a lot more collagen and cartilage in those, so we're going to run those a little bit longer, but I think we're going to go ahead and pull those ribs. They'll be coming off shortly. Same deal with those. We'll get them wrapped in butcher paper and a towel into the cooler. And then finally over here on the original Weber Kettle, we've got 2 half hams and a turkey breast. They all look beautiful. We're gonna pull those and let them rest. One of the hams is for me, one of them's for my neighbor, and we're gonna finish up this cook. Thank you for joining me today. I hope all the best for you and yours for this Thanksgiving and holiday season. Until next time.